The bustling city of Riverton, there lived a young woman named Clara. She was known for her ambition and determination, working tirelessly at a local bookstore while dreaming of one day becoming a writer. Despite her hard work, Clara often felt discouraged, as rejections from publishers piled up and the demands of daily life left her little time to pursue her passion. One chilly evening, as Clara was closing the bookstore, she noticed a frail, elderly woman standing outside, shivering in the cold. Clara invited her inside to warm up. The woman, Mrs. Thompson, gratefully accepted the offer and shared her story. She had recently moved to Riverton to be closer to her grandchildren but had lost her way back home. Clara offered to help Mrs. Thompson find her way. As they walked through the city streets, they talked about their lives and dreams. Mrs. Thompson revealed that she had been a writer in her younger years, and her eyes sparkled as she spoke of the joy it brought her. When they finally reached Mrs. Thompson's home, Clara was invited in for a cup of tea. Inside, Clara noticed the walls adorned with framed book covers and awards. Mrs. Thompson explained that writing had always been her greatest passion and offered Clara some advice. Never give up on your dreams, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. Believe in your story, and one day, others will too. Before Clara left, Mrs. Thompson handed her an old, leather-bound notebook. "This is my gift to you," she said. "Fill it with your stories, your thoughts, and your dreams. Let it be a reminder that your words have the power to touch hearts and change lives." Inspired by Mrs. Thompson's words and gift, Clara poured her heart into writing. She filled the notebook with stories, poems, and ideas, finding solace and joy in the process. She submitted her work to publishers with renewed hope and determination. Months later, Clara received a letter from a renowned publishing house. They were interested in her manuscript and wanted to meet her. Overwhelmed with emotion, Clara realized that Mrs. Thompson's advice had been the turning point in her journey. The day Clara's first book was published, she visited Mrs. Thompson to share the news. They celebrated together, and Clara thanked her for the unexpected gift that had changed her life. Mrs. Thompson smiled and said, "God's plan often unfolds in the most surprising ways. You just have to keep faith and follow your heart." Clara continued to write and became a successful author, but she never forgot the elderly woman who had reignited her passion. She dedicated her first book to Mrs. Thompson, a testament